Hey everyone, Dinosaur MTG here because I am a dinosaur when it comes to Magic. I wanted to take some time to talk about pre-releases, or as they are today, releases. I really wanted to compare and contrast pre-releases then and now. Really, I don't even know why they even do so-called pre-releases anymore. First, the product is always spoiled or leaked, quote-unquote, weeks, sometimes months before, all over the internet. And second, come pre-release day, most of the product is available. It's just a release. Back in my day, in the dinosaur era, a pre-release was exactly what it said it was. You knew nothing of the new set except rumors and maybe a card or two. I remember before Torment came out, all we got was a faceless butcher card included in the current Scry magazine, and that was about it, besides being told the set's going to lean heavy into black. When you showed up at a pre-release, the only cards available were booster boxes whose only purpose was to provide the packs for the event. If it was a main set like Odyssey, you got a tournament deck, starter deck, whatever you wanted to call it, of Odyssey and a few expansion packs. If it was an expansion like Torment, you got a starter of Odyssey and I think 3 packs of Torment. When deck construction began, you were only allowed 3 things on the table: your cards, a printout of all the cards in the set, and a pen or pencil. The first thing you had to do was record every card you pulled on the set list, along with filling in your name and DCI number. Do any of you remember DCI? That deck list would be used later in the event between rounds, as people would be called up for random deck checks to make sure the only cards they had were the ones they said they pulled. No shenanigans like today, where you can just walk in, buy a booster, build a deck out of that booster box, and just bring it to the pre-release. No accountability today. And that was the way of pre-releases back in the day. They were big deals, big events, because after months, yes, months of no new product, you finally were going to get new cards to play with in Standard. Magic was different back then. You got 3 sets a year, 4 if they had a new core set. And even those were years apart. 7th edition was released in 2001, 8th edition, 2003. The 3 sets were blocks. You had a main set to establish the story like Odyssey, and 2 expansions to expand on that story. In Odyssey's case, Torment and Judgment. 3 to 4 sets a year. No secret layers, no universes beyond, no commander decks. Commander wasn't even a thing in the early 2000s, just a concept. Magic was simple and controlled back then, and the fantasy aspect was allowed to grow and breathe as stories were well thought out. Wizards stuck with what they did best and what brought them to the dance. What they did in the 90s into the 2000s. Anyway, let me know your experiences with pre-releases back then. Until then, keep playing Magic the way Richard Garfield intended.